everyone, so I'm taking a wee break from all the Halloween madness to bring you some regular bits. So I'm going to do a fashion haul now. I think I might do a more beauty makeup one a wee bit later. I have myself on a serious spending limit this month at the moment. I did start off with it being a ban, which I didn't really stick to, so I allowed myself a small allowance in the week. And to be honest, I just spent all my allowance in pennies, which is Primark. So I am putting Primark in the name of the title of this video, but pennies in Ireland. But a lot of people don't know what I'm talking about. Loads of people are like, have you got JC Pennies there in Ireland? And no, it's Primark is, or say pennies is what Primark operates under in Ireland. You just get so much for your money there, and I love it. Even though the stuff mightn't last you forever, it doesn't matter. You just get to try so many new things, and they come out with such class designs because they copy all the high street stuff. So one of the first Primark bits is this dress here. This is one of my most recent ones, and it's a real kind of what I call granny chic kind of vintage dress, but I really love it. It's kind of like a dressed down dressy uppy kind of thing. It's not overly casual and it's not too kind of fancy either. It's just a nice in between. It's really vintage. I like the length of it because me being the height that I am, a lot of stuff tends to look very long on me, and this sits just about enough of a length above my knee so that it doesn't look too long and make me look in turn too short. It did come with this belt here, which is actually really nice. I really like the gold design on the buckle. But where this sits, you'll see later on anyhow, but the waistline of this sits right on my ribs. And I am the worst for bloating. I just have to look at food and everything expands. So to be honest, this can be a little bit tight on me. And the whole reason I went into Penneys when I got that dress was to buy belts. I got this one here and I really like it. Again, it's quite a vintage vibe, kind of a 70s vintage vibe. And it is brown again and gold. But the reason I love it so much is because of this being so stretchy. Just means that I can bloat as much if I want to, or my ribs or my belly can expand as much as it wants to, and this will go with it. So it's just going to be a little bit more comfortable, say if you are out having a few drinks or if you're out for a meal or anything like that. So I really liked this one, and it was only about €3. And then I wanted a bigger belt for down around my hips. This guy here, I really liked the colour of it. Again, it was only about €3 or €4, and I was surprised because it seems quite good quality and it's quite a hefty, thick belt. This one is in my favourite colour of the moment, and I wanted it because of the boyfriend jeans that I kind of wear at the moment. They sit quite low on the waist, but I find after a couple hours of wearing jeans, the jeans just kind of loosen on me and they tend to get very low. So this is just to kind of keep them in place. The rung, or the tightest, is it a rung you call it for a belt? But the tightest hole is in here, so it can get quite small, so it's fine. And it can get quite big. There's quite a big this was the small to medium, but it's still quite large. But I also picked up a couple of pair of tights. Now these weren't all bought at the same time. I've had 3 weeks so far of buying this month. Yeah, and a couple of them were from last month as well. So I picked up a pair of navy tights, really nice thick navy tights, because I love my coloured tights and I love them to be kind of muted colours. When I was younger and more kind of teenage, early 20s, I would have went for the fluorescent pink tights, but now I like my more kind of muted colours. I also picked up these guys here, which are like a mustard colour. I had these before and I think I must have gotten a rip in them or something like that, because I don't have them anymore, and I always throw out tights as soon as I get a rip because there's no point in holding on to them. I really love those. This is another quite a thick denier as well. This is another one of my more recent ones, and again I'll show these at the end of the video. It's this comfy cardigan. I think this one was about, I want to say 13 again as well. So I love it because it's quite slouchy and it has those bat wing kind of arms to it, or sleeves. Your elbow will come to around here and you have loads of space then underneath the armpit, which I really like, and it's just really comfortable. I love the colour. I like the way it just sits. Can be a bit granny-ish. I actually wore this over that first tea dress there the last day without looking in the mirror. I was just at home though, I wasn't going anywhere, I was just kind of trying them on, and then when I caught a glimpse of myself I was like, oh god. It was a bit too granny chic for my liking, so I would put something a little bit more structured over that dress and then wear something that's a little bit maybe more fitting underneath this because it is quite slouchy, but or something a bit more modern maybe. But a couple of more of the pennies bits. I picked up these wet look leggings. I suppose they're like fake leather or pleather, whatever you want to call them. I had another kind of shiny pair of leggings in pennies, from Pennies, and I've had it for about 2 years, and I was wearing them in work the last day and I just noticed a rip in them, which really annoyed me because I loved the fit of them and I loved how they sat my legs and everything. So these were the most similar ones I could find to them in the store. I think these were about €8. Yeah, we'll see how they look on, but I do like the look of these wet look guys, but I'd never wear leggings by myself. I always wear, like, by themselves, I always wear skirts or whatever over them. I just like them, they're just basics, so I kind of wear them to death in work. And then this dress I got because I loved the colour, not dress, it's a skirt. There was another couple of colours, I think there was a burgundy one, and a black, and then they have velvet ones in there as well, and I really want to get the velvet burgundy one, but I just loved again the colour of this and the cut because it will sit kind of high up enough on my hips. And then again it came with a belt, so that's kind of just handy to have, and I just think it's a really cute skirt. And again it's going to be in the I think around 12-13 mark. None of them were too expensive. I like the material as well because it's not too flimsy and too flyaway, so if you get caught in a gust of wind you have a little bit more of a chance of keeping some of your modesty, even though I would always wear like a wee mini skirt, like a tight bodycon thing under it, or else a pair of shorts if it was very windy outside, unless I'm wearing them over leggings or something. But I really like that one. And then for a few pennies jewellery bits, I have these. In that last outfit video I put up the August lookbook, not August, the autumn lookbook. I was wearing this in a couple of the looks. So there's this wee necklace and then there's these two, they all came in the same one little pack, and then there was also these rings which I really like. They're just basic rings, but there was also a couple of earrings which I gave away to a girl I work with because I can't wear them because of my tunnels, but I just thought these were really, really cute. And you can wear these tiered, so this would be the shortest one, then I'd wear this one longer and this one a bit longer, and it just looks really interesting on, and it was only €5. And I've mentioned before a million times, I love my pennies jewellery because I lose stuff very easily. I'm really clumsy, I break stuff very easily. I have had some more expensive things in the past that I've either lost or broken, so I try not to. I mean, I have a few bits that I cherish and I don't wear very often, but the stuff that I wear all the time is going to be a little bit, you know, less expensive obviously. So I love these and I really like that little cute little wing. This ring here was also from Pennies. It was only €3 I think, but I love my big rings and it fits perfectly. I can wear it either on this finger or on this one, but I actually prefer it on this one because it's a finger I don't normally wear rings on, but this one sits fine on it, so I really, really like that. I think I'm saying I really, really like that about everything, but I only buy what I really like because there's, you know, so many things to choose from. I have to be selective. And then the last few bits from Pennies or Primark would be, first of all, a few hats. I have a few beanies. I tend to go for my more kind of bubbly beanies, so I have no, they wouldn't even call them beanies because they're just more woolly hats. I have a couple of them that have the flaps down the side because these yokes get so cold during the winter. I need to keep them warm, and I love my bubbly tops, but I wanted something a bit more sleek, so I got this beanie here. Again, it was only €4 maybe, and I like the stud detailing on it. I just think it's a little bit interesting. And there was this one and a black one. The black one had kind of, in place of the studs, it had little crosses and they were like a gold, kind of tarnished gold colour. And then these guys are silver obviously. So I just think it'll be handy for the cold days if I am walking to work or whatever. Or maybe just kind of running around doing errands. I tend not to wear these hats too much if I have to take them off, i.e. like if I have to wear them to work and then take them off for a few hours in work and then put them back on, because I get very bad hat hair. My hair being so fine, it can just get very flat, but they're great if I can keep them on all day or if I'm just running from A to B or whatever. You will have seen this in my last video as well. I think these kind of hats will always get mixed responses because, you know, it's something that a lot of people wouldn't maybe like to wear, or I don't know, they're not something you see a lot of people wearing in Ireland, to be honest, but I love them and I love the colour, obviously the burgundy colour. I do sometimes prefer the more floppy 70s hats, but these ones I really like them as well, and they actually fit my noggin. So this guy was only €8. I couldn't believe how inexpensive it was because I've been looking everywhere for similar hats, and I found one in the hat shop in Galway that was like 60 something, and I was not going to spend that on that, and this is practically the exact same. So this is the black one. Black one's obviously going to be a little bit more wearable, and I already had gotten my TopShop one, which I showed in my last outfit video as well, which I'll show you now. But these guys are great if you're looking for this kind of thing. They are still in pennies in Ireland anyhow. I'm sure they're in Primark, because England always have a better selection than we do here in Ireland, and yeah, they're available now. So I'll just show you the TopShop one. This is the one I got in TopShop. This one was more expensive though. This one was like €34, so it just goes to show, not that I wouldn't have shopped around, because this was gone by the time those were out, so I had no idea those were coming out. But I do really like this. I was actually watching the new American Horror Story there last week or whenever it was out, and when all the girls were kind of in a line walking as if they were going to a funeral, all wearing black behind the head matron or whatever, the second girl back, so Julia Roberts' niece, whatever her name is again, she was wearing this exact hat, and I was like to Jamie, I was like, that's my TopShop hat. I think he thought I was a bit bonkers, but it was the exact same hat, and yeah, I just think it's really cool. And again, like I said, I showed it in my last outfit video. Yeah, so that's all the hats. I'll just show you the last few bits now, which are shoes. So some of my more recent shoe purchases, these ones were €18. They're these guys here, which are, I don't know, do you call these Chelsea boots? I'm not really sure what these ones are called. I know they're quite vintagey, quite kind of English inspired. I think they're lovely. And they're really, really comfortable. I had to go up to Dublin training the last day for work, and I wore these all day, and they're so much nicer than having to wear heels, but they still make a statement. And I love them with tights or with tight like leggings. I think they're really fab, and I love the colour. I love that tan colour in shoes. And then I picked these up I'd say at the end of last month. There are these, and I love this size heel as well. This is like my favourite height of heel for boots. These guys are, they are a knockoff of some high street design, because I've seen people wearing them. They like the kind of other proper design, but I'm not sure like which shop they're knocking off. These are really handy because I love that you can zip up here. It's a pain in the backside if you do have to unlace and relace every time, so it's so much handier if you can just zip. And I love these guys. I think again they look fab with tights or with boots, and then, or not with boots, with leggings. And I did get these in the burgundy colour because they were only €18 and I'm pretty obsessed with them, so I'll show you that. These are them in burgundy, which are the first pair that I got, and I saw these in Stellar magazine and another magazine for about 2 weeks before they were released or brought out like on for sale in pennies. And I kept checking like every day, and it was actually my friend Ruth who eventually texted me to say they're in, and I just ran in as quick as possible to get them. So I love those. I love the colour. Again, same heel. They're so comfortable. I wore these the day after buying them all day in work, and they were absolutely fine. And because I loved these so much, I decided to get the black pair after seeing a couple of girls wearing them in around town, and I was like, they look savage, so I just picked them up. And for the price of €18, they're grand, and they're very like my shoe, like the similar shoe boots I had in tan, whereas those ones were nearly €100. These ones were only 18, and they have good grip as well, which is important for me for winter. So I think they're nearly all my bits. Last thing really was this, like, what do you call these belts? These belts anyhow that you wear around, you know, you kind of wrap them around your waist a few times. You put the thing through here. I'll probably just have to show you. So I got this for €10 in Swamp, which is a shop here in Ireland. You get it in Dublin and Cork and all the big, Galway and all the big cities, but they tend to have quite unique stuff, and I really like just popping in to see what they have every now and again. Yeah, I'll just pop on a couple of outfits, show you what they look like, and slán.